A high school teen has been hailed as a hero after defending a blind classmate who was being beaten by a bully.
That is so fucked up.
I don't even know bullies that would beat up a blind kid.
Question though, was the blind kid talking shit? No, you have to ask, because if there's somebody socking a dude up, okay, I'm gonna use this as an example, right? There was this one kid at the school when I was in junior high. Turned out to be a nice guy later, but he was a kind of an asshole in junior high. He was short, right? But this kid would talk so much shit to people because he knew that nobody would hit him because he was so small. So he kept on talking mad shit, and I remember this because this kid started talking about my mom, and he thought it was funny. I turned around, I fucking knocked his ass out. Right, and mind you, he was half my size, and this other dude came up to me, and he goes, "Oh, you want to try and punk on small people? Would you think you're tough?" And I knocked his ass out too. But he didn't understand the context, because that kid was just fucking talking about my mom, called her like a fat bitch and shit.
He just saw that you were preying on the smaller.
Yeah, he just thought I was punking him, but he got his ass knocked out, and I knocked out the other dude too.
And this is how it looks after.
Oh,
poor lady.
Damn.
It sucks.
Have you guys ever put something fucking crazy in your eyeball before?
No.
Let us know the story.
I have.
What did you do?
What'd you put in your eye, Bart?
So you know there's a regular contact, so there's normal contact solution where you could put in your eye.
It's saline, right?
Yeah, it's a saline solution. Then you got this peroxide solution, and the peroxide kind, it's the kind that like you put your contacts in and it foams overnight. Yeah, and it cleans it. And then I'm blind as a motherfucker, so one time in the morning I was in a rush, I grabbed the wrong one, and I like using the eye solution to rinse out all my eye boogers. That's what I usually do in the morning. I grabbed the wrong one, and then I poured it into my eye, the peroxide one, and I was like, fuck, what the fuck is going on? And keep in mind, like, I'm used to putting soap in my eyes, because in boot camp, the way to get rid of pink eye, you just literally get a glob of soap and you put that in your eye, and it burns like a motherfucker.
But it works.
But I've done it so many times that I'm used to it, so I can get soap in my eyes and I'm cool. This shit was like that times 100, and I'm like, fuck, and it immediately dried out my entire eye, and I started splashing water into my eye to try to rinse it out, but the whole day it was like,
For like several days.
several days, it was like, imagine having chapped lips, like really bad, in a desert, but then on your eye.
Oh my god.
I feel you, Bart.
You did that too?
I did that too, and it was in high school, and I was also in a rush, but then I actually ran out of my saline, so then I grabbed what my optometrist gave me the day before, and I was like, okay, this should work, right? So I was just like, put it on my contacts, I put it directly in my eyeball, and I was like, what the fuck? Why is it burning so much? So I took it out, I was like, okay, this must not be clean. So I think
You did it again!
I did it
You did it again!
Because I didn't read the packaging because I thought it was just saline, so I was like, fuck man, I just gotta clean this shit really well. And I put it in my eyeball again. I was like, dude, it still burns. And so I took it out and the whole day my eye was red. And I was like, I don't understand this. So I just worked on it the whole day.
No.
So bad.
Not to justify what this guy did or anything, but I can see how Costco brings the worst out of people. Because I remember one time I was trying to run in, trying to just get something really fast, and I had my cart, and there was this lady in front of me, and I was just like, hey, excuse me, and she kept ignoring me. And I'm like, excuse me, and so I got louder. She turns around and she stops me, because like she was still walking. She's like, you don't need to be rude. And I'm like, I was saying excuse me very politely, so can you please move? And she still wouldn't move, so I had to go around. I'm like, bitch, and so I kept going, but I'm like, every time I go, there's always some shit that just pisses me off about Costco.
But I think that's like,
That's why you don't shop where the peasants do.
I think that's like LA Costco's though.
Where do you buy toilet
really?
paper from?
I don't know.
Amazon.com. I have that motherfucker delivered to my house. I don't give a damn.
And it's like, it's extremely packed here.
I think that's why everyone's on edge, because in LA it's busy, it's packed. They have to get home. They're stressed out. Yeah, I don't really blame them.
Our Costco's are like the freeways.
Yes, dude.
It's packed as fuck in there.
On the weekends, fucking forget about it, man.
The fucking one over here, was it Alhambra or some shit like that? Fuck that Costco, dude.
Fuck that Costco.
This fucking late, dude, I'm trying to get in. I haven't even entered yet. These fucking two Chinese ladies just park their fucking cars facing each other at the entrance and just have a conversation.
That's just Chinese ladies everywhere though.
I'm like asking them to move and shit. Yeah, they just stopped like the whole world for them. And they look at me like I'm dumb. I'm like, I don't know what, I gotta get inside.
You know what I usually do though? When I'm at Costco, I get the cart and I start running and I jump out the cart and I ride it. So when people see me,
They gotta get the fuck out.
when they see me in their peripheral vision, they already go, oh, this motherfucker's crazy. So they just start moving away already. And then Jill's usually running behind, slow down, grow up. But at least I don't get stuck anywhere.
That's true.
When I was at Safeway too, my brother and I went to go get some groceries, but there was this older Mexican man behind this bald white guy, right? And you know, we're not assuming that he's a racist white dude, but it turned out that he was, because the older Mexican man tapped his cart a little bit. He goes, "Hey, don't fucking do that. Get away from me and give me some space." And then we're like, whoa. And mind you, like the Safeway that I'm at is literally all Mexicans and Koreans. Dude, this fucking old Mexican dude went off on him. Like,
wow.
He goes, "You know what? I work harder than you. Like, I deserve to be in this country too." And he's like screaming at the back of his fucking head. And the white guy wouldn't turn around, because and then like, it's weird because I felt odd because the Mexican dude turned around and looked at me and he goes, "Right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." You know, I was like, "You got it."
No, I don't know. What happened?
Yeah, it was pretty intense though. I feel like LA has that angry culture.
It does.
It's very,
Hate that.
I've never experienced that in Sacramento, so.
You know what I like about Costco though? When I do have time, I just like to hang out and get all the free samples.
Me too. That's my favorite part.
When I was in, you guys know that one what's that 24-hour Korean spot?
BCD?
No, the other one.
Castle?
Oh, Hodori.
Yeah, Hodori, right? So me, Edric, and Khalif were at Hodori, and there was this drunk girl. Like, she recognized me, right? She goes, "Oh, blah, 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 blah." Like, she goes, "Oh, you're really funny, right?" And then she goes, "You're like the funniest person on earth, right?" And then I was like, that's a bold statement. I was like, "I'm not that funny." I'm like, "There's a lot funnier people," is what I said. And then Edric was laughing too. And then she goes, "Oh, you don't think you're friends of, you're a horrible friend, right?" And she was like drunk. And then Edric's like, "What the fuck? I don't even know you like that." So he's chilling. She starts throwing ice at him.
Oh,
right?
no.
And it was a very odd situation because it's a girl.
I know.
She's drunk, so
Girls
he's not
get
gonna
away
come
with
up
so
and
much.
deck her, you know? But
Yeah.
he's getting fucking mad, and we don't know what to do. So there's a guy next to her, right? And so all of us just start looking at the dude instead, because that's the only person we can beat up. We can't beat up the girl. So the dude looks like he starts to look nervous. He goes, "Yo, you need to calm down," because like she's jeopardizing his life now.
Yeah.
Because we're not gonna hit her, but we'll sure as fuck beat the shit out of this dude. You know what I mean? And so, you know, we're like trying to calm Edric down. He felt so confused. He's like, "I don't know what the fuck to do," you know. But the only thing that we're thinking about was that dude at the table. So you have to watch out now, because now you're gonna die. So, ugh.
Remember that time we went to go eat Korean barbecue and there was that really drunk guy and he kept picking on those old, that old Korean
A
group?
couple say that they were Japanese.
But they were Korean.
Yeah.
And he's all like, "You wanna fight? I'm Korea, you're Japan."
Yeah.
And then they're like, they're Koreans.
He was like yelling.
And
at
then
them.
we were just like, "Man, you fucking look at our table funny. You do some shit, trust me."
I know. I think the first thing I did was I grabbed one of the beer bottles that I had. I was like, okay. You know, because he was getting belligerent, dude.
Yeah, but then it was good on the workers to just calm him down and talk to him and just be like, "Yo, chill out," you know?
Probably. There's this camera store called the Walters in LA. He fixes camera shit. He's very interesting because he's like the dopest camera dude. He'll fix anything, but even it says on his Yelp, like he's kind of like an asshole. It's only because he's older. You know, he's like 80 years old and shit. He's still working, but he's fucking good at what he does. But when I came in, it looked dope because it had all those like vintage cameras, so I wanted to take a picture. He comes out, he just goes, "Do I take picture at your home?" And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "This is my home. You don't take picture like that." I'm like, "Oh, my bad, dude." And so as I was talking to him, he was like kind of being an asshole to me, and I kind of wanted to use I want to use the picture, but I'm a YouTuber. I could give you like good business. So I was like, "Do you know what YouTube is?" He goes, "I don't care." I was like, "All right."
I don't care.
That's the one time I used it because I just wanted to take a picture of his store because it looked amazing. The one time I used it, I got shut down. And I should have known because he's old. He doesn't give a fuck about the internet.
You should have known. That was dumb.
Yeah, for 40 years, suck my cock. I'm like, all right.